Okay, I think that should make things a little bit faster, I'm hoping. So hope for that to happen. Check on my phone if it's actually probably much faster on my phone, I would have imagined. Okay, can you guys hear me now? Seems it's faster on the actual phones. It's even faster. Hello, can you guys hear me now? Gribbers, can you hear me? Anyone? Yeah, it says connection poor still. That's a terrible thing that the connection is poor. Last night it was actually so good. I wonder if it's not because it's load shedding at the moment. That could also be. Let me just check what our load shedding schedule is like. Eskom load shedding. No, it's not. It's only at 6 o'clock it's load shedding, so it's not load shedding. Can't blame it on load shedding this time. Okay. Cowboys won 74-0, so yeah, that was way better than the 16.5 that we had and the 21.5 that we had on the handicaps. So those were both won, and the Raiders won by exactly 4 as predicted. The Western Bulldogs won as well as predicted, and the Adelaide Crows won as well as predicted. Adelaide Crows won by 56 and we predicted 51. So so far so good for the sports in any case. Port Adelaide's now playing Essendon, and that should be close by to win for Port Adelaide. And Collingwood is playing Gold Coast, and yeah, Collingwood should beat that one comfortably. Well, that's at least what the rating suggests. And then the next one is Broncos versus Dolphins, which Broncos by 10. Hull versus Catalan, Dragons Catalan by 18. And New England tonight in the rugby versus Old Glory. Easy New England win by 31. Followed by a Carlton win tomorrow morning against Hawthorn. Close, but the win. Knights close win against the Bulldogs. And Melbourne easy win against the Giants, and the Sea Eagles a very close win against the Roosters, and St Kilda a very easy win against West Coast. And that's it for later today. In any case, so that's there. Okay, I don't know whether that encoding overloaded is still the case, which is the problem. Consider turning down video settings or using a faster encoding preset. Would not have any idea how to do that. Consider turning down video settings or using a faster encoding preset. Okay, so either faster encoding preset, stream delay, okay, video, color space, white level, peak level, render, no, accessibility, no, hotkeys, no, video, video preset, base canvas resolution, output, area, so not that. Okay, general, global, advanced, push to mute, no, streaming, recording, I'm not recording, I'm only streaming, video bitrate, audio bitrate, encoder preset, okay, speed. Okay, let's see if that works. Apply, faster encoder. Okay. Well, it worked much easier for us last night than now, which is a bit sad, really. Connect streaming software to go live. Viewers will be able to find your stream once you're live. So I have started streaming, so that should be working. Hello Quibus, welcome back. Can you still see the screen, Quibus? Because it's just hanging on my side, so I can't really say if it's working or not working. Stream latency is the delay between your camera capture and when it's shown to view as normal. Has high quality video and is best if you don't want interactive audience. Low if you want to interact in near real time, and ultra low if you want high interaction and engagement. So let's just see if that helps. Okay. Okay, Quibus, thank you for that. So it says public streaming live now, and now it's excellent. Okay, awesome. That's news. Now my connection is excellent. That's much better, guys. So yeah, if you guys can hear me, just say something in the chat group, please, if you can hear me. We're 5 minutes away from the first race, so hopefully we've sorted out all the problems now. So the first race for me, Dolcetta has got a lot of support now, and it was the top rated from the beginning, and then after that Petula and Secret Identity and Oriental Bouquet. Those are my 4 choices in the first race. Hopefully that can get us off to a winner, because yeah, the odds are very generous on these big race days with large fields. So I'm hoping that we can hedge well and just concentrate on the ones that's actually got a chance to win today. Five minutes to the off of the very first race. Okay, that's right. Because my wife has just brought us some eggs after shouting me for switching off the eggs. Okay, hello. Guys, so yeah, please, if you can see the chat box, just, please just say hi so I know who I'm dealing with. I can only see Quibus at the moment, and no one else, unfortunately. So I'd like to just know that it's working at least. And currently I just see Quibus is there, but no one else. It's just a pity everything is just slowly streaming. Okay, that's right, actually going well, so I think I'm going to just close as much as I can from the other stuff that's busy running, to make sure that things are at least going faster. Because my wife has just brought us some eggs after shouting me for switching off the eggs. Maybe if I make my camera a bit smaller like last night, it might just stream a bit faster. I don't know if that's going to help, but it's always worth a try. Okay. Hey, awesome. Hello, Jason. There's some action. Jason can hear me and see me clearly. Awesome. No, that's good news. Good to hear. Thanks for the feedback. Because on my side it looks like everything is just hanging, but I'm glad to hear that it's actually not hanging on your side. So on the first year, Dolcetta, Oriental Bouquet, Petula and Secret Identity, those are the 4 that I'm interested in. In the first, there's no real standouts for me at all, in the first at least, and we'll also learn some as we go through the day. We'll definitely be learning some more through the racing, but the first race is only a minute off, so we'll soon know if we're on the right track today. Just note, guys, this is when all the horses from all the different provinces comes to one province. Each province has different handicapping systems, different handicappers, different weather conditions, different surfaces. So the data is like comparing apples with pears, with bananas with Smarties, and so it's definitely more difficult on feature days than it could ever be on a normal race day when it's just the same horses from the same province that runs in the races against each other. So I always say on feature days, it's funny, the marketing is always so huge on feature days because the reason for that is quite simply, I think, because the bookies are the ones that are making the most money on these days, and not the actual punters, because it's hardly an easy day for any of the feature races. And normally they have another venue available on the same day, like when they Gravel July, then they also have Turffontein. But for today, we only have the Durban July, unfortunately, and that means there isn't another horse racing venue that we can get some decent returns from. So you guys must also look at the options on the in play, and I've also put some on the VIP play there. There's 7 on there already, actually. In fact, I think 3 of the 7 has already won early morning, and there's been 1 loss. But that you can set your notifications in your profile to receive a notification for each time that there's a new one added. But also make sure that the browser settings itself, if it's, I prefer Chrome, but if the browser settings does also support you to immediately get your notification, that your browser allows immediate notifications. Otherwise, some guy says it's like a 5 or 10 minute delay. But when I use Chrome and I switch on Chrome that I receive it, then I also get a pop-up bar on the right hand corner of that says, the very corner on the right bottom, that says new notifications. So just bear that in mind when you actually have a new one. As far as the first race is, they're busy loading at the moment, and I see that Gravel's full 12th race card is also still loading here with that little red thing that's very slow because of the streaming quality. Unfortunately, it tells me encoding is overloaded. Consider turning down video settings or using a faster encoding preset. And I have not found the place where to actually do that, which is unfortunate. But maybe the answer is to get rid of my ugly face and just keep the actual screens open. I don't know if that's going to actually help more, but we'll see if this clears up and makes things a little bit easier soon. They are soon to run the first race, and I'm sure everyone has got access to actually watch the first race as well. But I'll just maybe put the volume up a little bit. And we're off for the Durban July, and in time our screen is loaded as well, at least, which is a absolute awesome timing, and they are off to the first race. Let's go. Yeah, top rated is Stone Last, which is not a good sign for the good start. Absolutely Stone Last on the turn, and got a wall of horses in front of it. So don't know what happened there, Richard Fourie, but absolutely no chance from out there. Now they open up. The Crawford and Van Niekerk coming through.
Between them is Bipod on the inside of that one is Oriental Bouquet. It gets close. I'm not going to split them. Oriental Bouquet or Bipod and then Secret Identity.
Okay, the Ruffy Oriental Bouquet and Secret Identity and Bipod, which is our second, third, and fourth rated. The three of them is involved in a photo. So yeah, that's not a bad start, I guess. Oriental Bouquet, the hidden bat form that we have here, the 2.73, you can see is the best in the field here, and it's in green because it's within today's distance category. And yeah, the 42 days, clearly it was like a hidden because Duncan Howells has got that little joker sign there, which means that this horse probably did not run as well as should have on the last run, so that they get way better odds on today. So maybe yeah, that's the third rated Oriental Bouquet in the first race that starts. And I think 2, 4, 11, 5 is the first race, which means we've got the trifecta with the four horses with our top four in the first race. I don't know if anyone can hear me, but that's not the best start, but not the worst start either, because Dolcetta was an absolute no-show. So Robin Klaasen, I think Richard Fourie gave that up at the start because he was absolutely nowhere at the start. It was not a good place to be. Looks like it could be Bipod or Oriental Bouquet, but yeah, it's close between those two. If it is Bipod, then it's a good start for the probability stats, because the probability stats actually did say Bipod was the highest percentage on the probability stats. But it's it's still a photo, so it's not definite. I'm just going to change this top rated to finish first for now. Just purely because it gives us a percentage to win probability. Yeah, well, number 3 dropped the Squibbers, but we got the trifecta from the first 4, so that's not the worst start that we could have. The trifecta from the first 4, because the trifecta was a 8-1 and a 20-1 and a 5-1. And the original favorite, American Graffiti, is still running. Was absolutely nowhere as predicted. I did do a hedge between those top 4 because there was enough odds available to be able to hedge it, but yeah, for very little money, because there was nothing really standing out there. But it looks like they're giving it to Bipod. And if you look at the probability stats, then it is actually the highest one for Bipod. Top rated to finish first. If you go around these percentages at the top here, you get 33%, which is the highest one. Bomb 168. I said that in my preview video as well, and that is 33% going to Bipod. Bipod being the my original fantasy pick as well, until I changed it about 20 minutes before the race. But at least I did keep it like that, I hope, on Hollywood Fantasy for the day. Not that I've got any chance to get 12 winners on the day, but I guess one winner would help as well, because it's not going to be easy today. But yeah, now what that also means is we should have a little bit of a look at what else does Stuart Pettigrew have for the day. And he's got 2 races for the day, so he's only got 1 race left. Yeah, Gregory, first winner for the day. Yeah, well, and the trifecta, but it was I think it'll be a really good trifecta, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if that trifecta pays over $500 for the top 4 boxed. and top 4 boxed 4 times 3 times 2 is 24 bucks, and it'll probably pay, but I wouldn't be surprised if it pays 500 bucks for the trifecta. It's pity that we're streaming so slow, but essentially what I'll be looking at now, and I'll maybe just look for my phone in the meantime as well, or if you guys give me a if you guys give me a couple of seconds, I'll just go fetch my tablet as well. If I want to swap over to the JTR combo, you guys can do it yourself, to just check what else has Stuart Pettigrew got for today, because the ODR rules, which I always put on after a couple of races, this ODR at the top here, will then also adjust the rating slightly to give those horses and those trainers and those jockeys and the draws a little bit of a advantage on the day as more data comes in. So yeah, just that's something I do. You guys don't have to do it. If you don't like the ratings changing or evolving, then fine, then cool, but I do it because we keep on learning race by race. For every single race as we go along, we keep on learning. So I'll just put the turf on here as well. Objection. Okay. Oriental Bouquet objecting against Betula. So we start off with an objection, but yeah, that was even a bigger payout then, because Oriental Bouquet was our roughie. As if you, I don't know if anyone watched the video, but Oriental was definitely our roughie in this race. Interference in the closing stages. Yeah, objection lodged. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to go fetch my tablet, because I don't want to switch between these screens too much, quite simply because, as you can see, the streaming is not ideal. I'll have to jack up my computer to a faster computer, which is something that I actually considered. I actually looked at some options this morning, so next streaming we might be a lot faster, but for now, just bear with us. This is still early days. I'm just going to get the tablet so I can move quicker in the tablet while it's not streaming. So just give me 5 seconds. Thanks. Okay, we're back. We're back. I've just got a tablet as well, that I can just do some more research for you on the tablet, so that I don't have to swap around on this between the different screens. So yeah, that'll be much faster as well. Yeah, the site is obviously much faster than the streaming, I can see. So on race 2, personally, yeah, I agree with IPS again here, and that in the sense that it's, for me, Main Defender, Pure Predator, Jerusalem Rain, and Outlaw King. And as I said in my video, if I just open those 4 and look at those 4, very disappointed with Richard Fourie in the previous race and Dolcetta, but other than that, the other ones was pretty good. Here we see that Pure Predator ran in this HVGS, same as Main Defender ran in that same race against one another. Main Defender won over the 1400, today's 1300, so the weight will not play as big a part, and Main Defender won by 3.25 lengths. Pure Predator was third by 4.5 lengths, so 4.5 lengths behind Main Defender. The thing to note though was Pure Predator was actually the favourite, 3-1 into 2-1, and the fact that Fani Broncos has only got the one horse for the day, I wouldn't be surprised if Pure Predator turns the tables on Main Defender, because he's also got blinkers today. There's the objection outcome. Result stands. Overruled, result stands. Okay. So all result stands, objection overruled. And yeah, let's move back to race 2 here. So for me it's between Main Defender and Pure Predator. Also note that Jerusalema Rain on the 29th of April also ran against Pure Predator and actually beat Pure Predator in the turf nurseries in this race here. And Jerusalema Rain was 20-1 and on the same 60 kilograms, and Pure Predator was 10-1 and on the same 60 kilograms. Pure Predator was behind Jerusalema Rain by 1 length. But in saying that, obviously now today Pure Predator has the blinkers on, and it's difficult to think which one has improved better. The only kind of clue that we can get from that is from the ability of the trainers, Ashley Fortune being 18th in the country and Fani Broncos being 25th in the country. I don't know why Tony Peters only 28th, because he's been winning so often of late, but that to me is why Jerusalema Rain has some chance in this race as well. And then the Outlaw King, the Dean Canamayer with Keegan de Mele on board, is the next best. If you're looking from a jockey perspective, Jerusalema Rain did win the last time it ran with Raymond Danielson on board, when it was 16-10, drifted to 22-10. So that is another thing to consider, that Jerusalema Rain might be trying again with Raymond Danielson in the irons. So I'm going to say those are my 4 main contenders in this race. Pure Predator at 6-1, Main Defender at 6-1, Outlaw King the favourite, and Jerusalema Rain at 5-1. Those are my main contenders. So we saw now how probability stats made an impact right from the first race. In the second race, our probability stats, the highest percentage is 33%, which goes to Bumroll 168 again, and that goes to Main Defender, which is also the top rated. So I think Main Defender is maybe not a bad one that will be in the top 4, be in the mix if you maybe want to hedge your bet or want to do a roving banker for a quartet. I think Main Defender is probably your one with the best chance. Just want to see what Joel Shecha actually tried there at the beginning, because he was absolutely nowhere right from the beginning. I just want to maybe quickly go through, if you guys wanted to play a bipod, what I would be considering or looking at from the bipod's perspective. And we do have at the bottom here, we have the computer generated bipod. As you can see, because of the big fields, there's big options, and 513 in the first leg there for exotic pick 1, and then 6, 15, 10, 5, 3, and then 4, 12, 15, 2, 3, 4, 15, 10, 3, 13, 14, 7, 6, 7, 11, 6, 18. However, yeah, I'll try and just narrow that down a little bit more to you, to as far as what I really like. So if you want to start with the top 3 rated in the first race, then maybe that's okay to get you through. But then that also means that you're leaving the favorite out. So maybe all 4, or well, my two fantasy picks is Main Defender and Pure Predator. So I'm confident that one of those 2 should be in the top 2, I would imagine. I actually quite like Main Defender quite a lot. So I would say if you're playing small, then at least have Main Defender and Pure Predator in your bipod if you're playing small. In the third race, and I'm just doing it on my tablet as well here, so that hopefully things can be a little bit faster. And I'd like in the third race, yeah, the horses I like is, well, if Main Defender wins the second race, then I would very much also be strong on Tony Peter for the double with Street Art in the next race. So I'd like to see that result first. And then Mike the Cock should have a really good day, and he's got a 50% win, 50% place, or 100% place with Soumelior, the Frenchie. So Aragosta is definitely a player there for me as well. And then others to consider: Jimmy Don, that was entered in the main race, which is second rated, only runner for Erica Verdenise. Earlier in this week, Erica Verdenise also only had the 1 horse entered and won with the 1 horse. So to me, those 3 is the 3 that you have to include in your bipod in the second leg: Street Art, Aragosta, and Jimmy Don. In the fourth race, I'm just going on my tablet as well, because my tablet is definitely faster at this stage. In the fourth race, the 2 that I'd definitely be including here is Future Pull, which Sean Terry has a big hand here. Future Pull second rated, and Red Maple is first rated, if you look at those little yellow stars. So I'll probably include both of them, because I don't want to go against the IPS rating, because it's 30 years in the making, and 84 different algorithms that runs to get these. So those 2 I'll definitely, both Terry runners, I'll definitely include. And then the next one that I'll be interested in is, if you look at Fight Song for Gareth van Zyl, Helengua has only got the 1 runner for the day. Gareth van Zyl's third run after a rest. I went to go look up about the trainer as well, which is the Palmer combination, and they've actually had 3 runners with Helengua, and that was 1 winner and 1 place. And obviously no horses here has run the 3,000 meters. That's why on the Bomberl and the bats you'll see that everything is in red. But if you just sort on the bat 42, you'll see that Fight Song is 14 lengths better than his Van Zyl stablemate Tababui on the bat 42 form. And if you sort it on bat C, you'll see that bat consistency race means that Fight Song is 14 lengths better than anything else in the field. Now Fight Song is at 33 to 1. So you can imagine if Fight Song runs into the bipod with something else, then that's going to make for quite a big bipod. So for me, for the bipod, I'll definitely be having Future Pull, Red Maple, and Fight Song in my mix at this stage. Yeah, if there's others to consider, maybe the Gareth van Zyl and Mugurulwa connection, Tababui is one to consider, because we don't know which one of these horses can actually run the distance. And then Aramugam, because Wayo Mowing has got a decent day planned according to what it looks like on the JTR combo. So a bit of an open field to me, but at the very least put in the Fight Song, Future Pull and Red Maple horses in your bipod there. in the 5th race. I'll just move on to the 5th race on my tablet as well. That trifecta paid 1,200 Rand, and all you needed to do was box the 4. 4 times 3 times 2, 24 Rand, and yeah, and we're off to a 1,200 Rand trifecta. So yeah, you could have paid for it. I mean, but I'm not. I've put some bets in for where I'm really feeling strong about it. But yeah, I don't want to just swap around between all these screens and then bugger things up for you guys, because as you see, it's going waiting because of my streaming speed being too slow to actually handling it. It keep on saying encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings using faster encoding speeds. I don't know whether that's the computer or the encoding software, but I know it's not the site, because on my tablet on the site I don't have any problem. Race 5, I think for me it's going to be really tough to beat Miss Geriatrics. So if you want a banker in your Bipod, that's probably the right one. And if you want something else as well, now that David Nieuwenhuizen's other horse Stormy Choice got scratched, No Filter is the second rated, because he took up that position now after Stormy Choice was scratched. So I would consider that as well. And looking at it from bat curve perspective, 3.67 lengths ahead on Miss Geriatrics. And then funny enough, Miss No Filter, also with only 5 runs to date, is in second spot there on the bat consistency, so I wouldn't be leaving that out. But for the Bipod, I think you're good for the Bipod to only have Miss Geriatrics, maybe in the pick 6, add No Filter as well. That's my opinion. But there is some guys on the group that says Miss Geriatrics is going too fast through the gears. She's had 4 runs, has had 4 wins, and now goes another 200 meters up. My response to that is today Miss Geriatrics is running the extra 200, which is unknown to her, but in her defense, she has run on the yielding conditions its last run from a 12 draw and still won in yielding conditions, and also won in the 1160 Turffontein, which is like a 9-meter uphill run, which also makes a huge difference when she was actually also supported from 4 into 3. Richard Foury's been keeping the right for 3 in a row, and hopefully he doesn't bugger it up like with Dorsetta he just did. But I strongly think that the extra 200 will not bother, purely because Miss Geriatrics has improved on the bat figure from the 1,000 to the 1160 to the 2,000. The bat went from a 4.5 to a 3.6. So suggests to me that Miss Geriatrics can actually not be bothered about the extra 200 meters. It is a Vercingetorix. Yeah, if it was a VAR, I would be worried, but not Vercingetorix. I think Miss Geriatrics will actually like the extra 200. So that's probably one of the bankers in my pick 6, in my tiny pick 6 today. If you need backup, then I would think with No Filter, purely because No Filter has that red bats of 3.6 lengths better than Miss Geriatrics, and the reason why it's in red is obviously because No Filter also hasn't done the additional distance yet. In the 6th race, it's a bit of a tough one for me, and I don't completely agree here with what the iPunt ratings is. To be honest with you, my first choice is give me another chance to give me another chance as my first choice. My second choice is the Bat C consistency, which is funny enough also the stablemate of No Choice in the 5th race we just spoke about, Sandringham Summit. And my next choice would be Fire and Flames, now that's got full Elamites on, and it's obviously a decent specimen as well, being top on the points and top on the intentions and top on the form, and informed Dennis Schwartz on board as well. So that's my third one I would mention in this race. On the probability stats, it's very low. The highest is 20%. So 20% going to Super Rule percentage, which is Hawk Bull and also Give Me Another Chance. Hawkbull hasn't done well on gravel, so for that reason I'm going to say Give Me Another Chance, Sandringham Summit, Fire and Flames, and then I'll throw in the actual purple line, which is Golden Tatiana for Glenn Cotson, third run after a rest, pure straight on booked, 100 on the adjusted time, and 100 on the line bat is the best horse in the race on the line bat. And if you sort on the bat 42 and you look at only the green ones, then that 6.33 throws Golden Tatiana as the best bat 42 in the field. So that I'll add as well. So just to sum up, Give Me Another Chance, Sandringham Summit, Fire and Flames, Hawkbull, and Golden Tatiana. Those 5 will get you through, hopefully through the pick 6 as well, but definitely through the Bipod and the PA. And then last leg of the Bipod, or the first Bipod, in race 7. I'll just have a look at 7. Okay, that's the feature race. For me, I think See It Again will be the horse to beat. I know it's much younger and all the rest, and everyone else is saying that, but I think this is Michael Roberts' chance to shine. Pierce Stratum has had 3 runs with it, 2 wins in a second, so you can't throw Pierce Stratum off there. I think See It Again is the horse to beat here. It's got quite a lot going for it. As far as the probability stats on 25%, it goes to See It Again for the best on the bat curve, and also to the best exotic ranking, and also to the opening betting, all 25%, which is the highest one. So I'm going to say that is something to consider for me. Then the second choice for me is Dave the King. Mike de Kock's going to have a great day, but in saying that, I know Christophe Soumillon is the one that's coming in. He's just not drawn well from a 14 draw, so I'll throw in both Safe Passage and Dave the King. And I'll also throw in Porto Manzana, which I believe is good enough to also compete here with Keegan DeMille, with the flames flashing there. He's second rated overall, and he does pop up on the probability stats, not as strong. And then I'll throw in 2 Snaith horses, Do It Again and Pomp and Power. Those are the 2 that I'll throw in. I guess without question has to go into the pick 6 as well, because that's Richard Foury's choice. So that's the top 7 there for me. People also like Rain in Holland. I've compared Rain in Holland to See It Again on their previous runs on the same day. And the other one I just need to mention is Son of Raj, and Winchester Mansion, which there's a note on the site for the last time how easy it won the last time. So if you want to take a chance in your Bipod PA, then See It Again is probably the one I guess is going to be in here, but it is a young horse against some very old knockers. Do It Again is the fairy tale story, of course, and Do It Again has got the best flashing bat CD, which is the exact same course and the exact same distance, but Do It Again is turning 9, so I wouldn't be too consistent to actually be able to pull through for Do It Again. And yeah, while we've got some time, I think I'll just carry on with the next 2 legs for the PA as well, because there's still 8 minutes before the Bipod starts, or before the next race starts. So the eighth race, let's just move over to the 8th race here as well. I'm just moving to 8th race on both sides. On my tablet it's much faster, but that's because we're not streaming there. The 8th race, I'm definitely going to say I prefer Desert Miracle over Princess Color, and my third choice is Feather Boa, and I'll be shocked if those 3 is not enough for the pick 6, but I can't currently think that I'll leave any Tony Peter horse out of any exotics, because he just seems to win as easy as he can. So for that reason, maybe Tipsy Tarragon is a roughie to consider, and then Humdinger for me is another roughie to consider, but I've said all of this already in my preview videos. So Desert Miracle is a banker in the PA in my opinion, but for the pick 6, Princess Color, Feather Boa, Tipsy Tarragon, and Humdinger is what I'm thinking of. Then moving to the ninth. Sorry, there's something mentioning there about the course itself for some reason. I don't know if they want to stop the race. That'll be weird. Okay, no, that looks like a recording. Okay, in the ninth, I'm quite strong on Tony Peter again here, top rated, Cold Fact, Dennis Schwartz on board, and like I said, the two of them, they're doing so well. That is one of my value bets actually for the day on the bat. C, 6.85 lengths better than the field, but doesn't get the support on the, yeah, actually does get the support on the probability stats as well. Again, Bumroll 168. It's almost like the guy's hiding a little bit of form. But on the Bumroll 168 days, he's the best and is a 25% chance to win, which is not bad for an 8-to-1 shot. Also got 21% on exotic rankings, 17% on adjusted time, 18% on the line bat horse. So I think that's well, 17% on the statistical form, 17% on adjusted time. Really, another 21% on total form. Really strong each way choice for me on Cold Fact there. I in my small pick six, I banked Cold Fact in the last race, which is maybe funny, but that's what I did. Others to consider there is the Janssen van Vuuren coupling, Sheldon and Godsmacked, and then also Stiptelik, which I also made a note of on the actual race day. At the bottom, if you look here, there's Godsmacked, which I made a note of, Sergey, which I made a note of. Obviously today there's quite a lot of notes because it's a lot of good horses that's running here today. And also Stiptelik pulled away very nicely from a decent looking field towards comfortably and will win a few more. That note I made previously as well. Stiptelik is rated third at a lovely outside of 25-to-1. So that's also something to consider. And you'll see if you just click on the race here for the notes, you'll just get the trainers slash jockeys slash horses that's involved in that specific race, and you won't get all the notes. But you can also make your own notes. You just click on that plus button and you type in trainer or a jockey or a whatever note you want for this. Next time the trainer or the jockey or the horse pops up, then you'll receive a note from that, which is great. But yeah, if you want to be bold, then I'm going to say, if you want to be bold, then Cold Fact banker in your pick six or in your PA. Otherwise, I would look at the two Janssen van Vuuren runners, which is the Sheldon and Gobsmacked, and also Crawford with Stiptelik as my next best. And then yeah, if it gets further than that, then yeah, I'll be surprised. But things like Sweet Pepper, Pico, Sergey, Sunblushed is obviously next best. There is Thunderstruck there that some of us believe that can't lose, and it's probably best to throw in Thunderstruck in your pick six at the very least, because his bat figure here of 9.68 is not bad, and he does have the best super rule percentage as well with Sergey. So yeah, if Cold Fact doesn't win, then my level 2 I would say Sheldon, Gobsmacked and Stiptelik, and then level 3 I would say Sergey and Sunblushed and Ipico and Sweet Pepper and Gladiatorian and Thunderstruck, all in there. But then yeah, obviously it does cost a lot more than me just bankering Cold Fact in my pick six. And yeah, moving on to the 10th race, which is the last one on the turf, before we move over to the poly for the last 2 races. Don't know if you guys know that, but that's why the 11th race I'll move over to the poly for my graphs and stuff as well, because there is 2 races on the poly, the last 2 for the day. But But yeah, on the 10th race, the two horses for me in the 10th race that I can't leave out is, first of all, Forever Mine, which is top rated. Richard Fourie, Mike the Cock again. But you'll be surprised to hear that my next one would be between Perfect Witness, the red horse, and the other red horse, Good Traveller. Now, Good Traveller is at 40 to 1, so that probably you think I'm mad saying what I'm saying right now. And I know there's the two favourites hasn't been mentioned, the Sylvanos Dasher and Money Heist. There's also a note on Melech, so that I haven't mentioned. There's also a note on Quasi for Sure that I haven't mentioned yet, and Quasi for Sure has the strongest, the best Super Rule percentage. But the two roughies that I'm not going to take out of the race is Good Traveller and Perfect Witness. Good Traveller at 40 to 1. And if you just sort on your bat C, you'll see Best Bat C, Best Bat 168 in red, and Best Bat 84 in red. All belongs to Quasi for Sure. And 6 lengths after the scratching of Coin Spinner, 6 lengths, 6.7 lengths better than after the rain. So that's something for me that I can't not put Good Traveller in for exotic purposes. And imagine if a 40 to 1 wins, then your pick 6, okay, then it's not the pick 6 anymore, then your jackpot 2 will most definitely pay very well. But yeah, I think Good Traveller for top 6 is still like R4.30, so I wouldn't be surprised if Good Traveller is in the top 6. And then I also have lots of respect for Captain Fontaine, Garth Puller's horse, only runner for Garth Puller with Serena Moodley on board, best on overall ranking and exotic ranking. Now, overall ranking and the percentage on overall ranking is not much between Captain Fontaine and Forever Mine. Forever Mine taking it by 2.72%, which is the difference between the 10.36 and the 10.65. So definitely want to consider as well. But I'll stick my neck out that Forever Mine is probably the horse to beat. Even though it's an older horse, you see that little icon there that says it's older than the field average. It is also in a good space at the moment. So yeah, Forever Mine for me, Good Traveller you can't leave out of your exotics or your quartets. And then Perfect Witness, to a lesser extent to consider after that is Quasi for Sure and Melek and maybe Sylvanos Dasher. And then yeah, the 11th race, I only have 2 horses earmarked in the 11th race, but maybe I'll talk about them after this race that's going to go off now. So yeah, I'll give you guys a bit of a breather, and then I'll cover the 2 poly races after the running of this race.
Jerusalem Array. Killer Lightning, 1,300 metres. They're dispatched from the 1,300, and Ethanator was very slow to go when the starter said go. Let the Flag Fly is right there. Killer Lightning a good position. On the outside, the grey Romance in Rome with the yellow cat. And Outlaw King is right there, 2 lengths off the leader with the red cat. Main defenders near the rail with the blue, then Jerusalem Rain. Find that Future Flow. Followed then by Bomb Bomb. Further back in the runners, Pure Predator. Along the inside, Nano Nation. White Season Cap got about 8 lengths to make up. Chilly Moon, then Helsinki. Behind that is Ethanator. And further back in the runners, Hunza Road. About to be homeward bound, 500 metres to go. Romance in Rome leads it. Let the Flag Flyers back in second, then Outlaw King, main defender. Gimme Lightnings around them in the blue silks. Further back is Future Flow, and then comes Pure Predator. Top of the lane, 400 metres to go. Romance in Rome still leads it. Main defender, Let the Flag Fly. On the outside of that one, trying to put in a claim as Outlaw King. Main defender, those coming home strongly out. Romance in Rome.
Come on, main defender. Come on, Main Defender. There we go. Main Defender, top rated. The Defender is home. Top rated, home. Easy, easy, easy. Top 3 runs to trifecta. Main Defender, Jerusalema, and Pure Predator. Now that's what we want to see. Main Defender wins it. There you go. Main Defender wins.
The top favourite was number 4, Outlaw King. Jerusalem ran into second, number 3. Third placing will go to number 5, Pure Predator. Flag fly fourth, then Outlaw King.
Outlaw King just misses the 4th spot for the quartet, runs into 5th, and we had it rated 4th, and we draw blood again because the top 3 runs the trifecta. First top rated runs first, second rated runs third, and third rated runs second. So that was awesome. Another one. Who is the best? No, just kidding. Main Defender won really well there. Why is it not saying I'm live? Oh, okay. Let me just let me just see. This is now okay. No, it's actually still saying 9. Quibus, if you missing, that is, yeah, that was 99 views, but the guys must just move over to the other live one. If you're not, I'll just try and see if I can just leave that or share that with people. So yeah, here's a share button. I'll just put the share button out there on the YouTube, on the WhatsApp channel for the guys that lost the connection of the previous one. And yeah, you can just click on that link. I can't currently think that I'll leave any Tony Peter horse out of any exotic. Copy, yep. And see how that thing works, because he just seems to win as easy as he can. So for that reason, maybe Tipsy Tarragon is a roughie to consider. And then Humdinger for me is another roughie to consider. But I've said all of this already in my preview videos. So Desert Miracle is a banker in the PA in my opinion. But for the Pick 6, Princess Color, Featherboa, Tipsy Tarragon, and Humdinger is what I'm thinking of. Then moving to the 9th. But there's something mentioning there about the course itself for some reason. I don't know if they want to stop the race. That'll be weird. Main Defender, I think, was at 8-1, and now has lovely into like 4-1. Okay, in the 9th, I'm quite strong on Tony Peter again here, top rated, Cold Fact, Dennis Schwartz on board, and like I said, the two of them, they're doing so well. That is one of my value bets actually for the day on the bat. C, 6.85 lengths better than the field. But doesn't get the support on the, yeah, actually does get the support on the probability stats as well. Again, Bumroll 168, it's almost like the guy's hiding a little bit of form. But on the Bumroll 168 days, he's the best, and it's a 25% chance to win. It's not bad for an 8-1 shot, actually. Also got 21% on exotic rankings, 17% on adjusted time, 18% on the line bat horse. So I think that's well, 17% on the statistical form, 17% on adjusted time, Really, another 21% on total form.
One now.
Really strong each way choice for me on Cold Fact there. I in my small pick six, I banked it Cold Fact in the last race, which is maybe funny, but that's what I did. Others to consider there is the Janssen Vieren coupling, Sheldon and Godsmacked. And then also Stiptelik, which I also made a note of on the actual race day. At the bottom, if you look here, there's Godsmacked, which I made a note of. Sergey, which I made a note of.
I have to say.
Obviously today there's quite a lot of notes because it's a lot of good horses that's running here today. And also Stiptelik pulled away very nicely from a decent looking field towards comfortably and will win a few more. That note I made previously as well. Stiptelik is rated third at a lovely outside of 25 to 1. So that's also something to consider. And you'll see if you just click on the race here for the notes, you'll just get the trainers slash jockeys slash horses that's involved in that specific race, and you won't get all the notes, but you can also make your own notes. You just click on that plus button and you type in trainer or a jockey or a whatever note you want for this. Next time the trainer or the jockey or the horse pops up, then you'll receive a note from that, which is great. But yeah, if you want to be bold, then I'm going to say if you want to be bold, then Cold Fact bank and your pick six or there, your PA. Otherwise, I would look at the two Janssen van Vieren runners, which is the Sheldon and Gobsmacked, and also Crawford with Stiptelik as my next best. And then yeah, if it gets further than that, then yeah, I'll be surprised. But things like Sweet Pepper, Pico, Sergey, Sunblushed is obviously next best. There is Thunderstruck there that some of us believe that can't lose, and it's probably best to throw in Thunderstruck in your pick six at the very least, because his bat figure here of 9.68 is not bad, and he does have the best super rule percentage as well with Sergey. So yeah, if Cold Fact doesn't win, then my level 2 I would say Sheldon, Gobsmacked and Stiptelik, and then level 3 I would say Sergey and Sunblushed and Epico and Sweet Pepper and Gladiatorian and well done, main defender. I think for those of you that joined, we've already had a really decent result in the first two, but yeah, hopefully there'll be plenty more of those. Let's just yeah, let's just update the results as well now that main defender and Jerusalem Rain and Pure Predator popped in beautifully there. That does mean that in the next I would all in there definitely, but then yeah, obviously it does cost a lot more than we just banking Cold Fact in my in the next, because we've just seen that and yeah, Peter moving on to the 10th race, which is the last one. And hopefully you can do the same with street art in the next, before we move over to the poly for the last two races. I don't know if you guys know that, but that's why the 11th race I'll move over to the poly for my graphs and stuff as well, because there is two races on the poly, the last two for the day. But but yeah, on the 10th race, the
The
two horses for me
actually
in the
did run
10th
on
race
from
that
Stone last into fifth.
that I can't
Which,
leave
yeah,
out
Richard
is
Fourie was,
first of all
yeah,
Forever Mine,
sadly
which
not
is
awake in the first
top
race.
rated.
Hopefully
Richard Fourie
that
Mike the
gets
Clock
better
again.
for the rest of the day, because
But you'll be
we
surprised to hear that
definitely
my
expected more from
next
Golshetta
one
in that
would
race.
be between Perfect Witness, the red horse, and the other red horse, Good Traveller. Now, Good Traveller is at 40 to 1, so that probably you think I'm mad saying what I'm saying right now. And I know there's the two favourites hasn't been mentioned, the Sylvanos Dasher and Money Heist. There's also a note on Melech, so that I haven't mentioned. There's also a note on Quasi for sure that I haven't mentioned yet, and Quasi for sure has the strongest, the best Super Rule percentage. But the two
Guys,
roughies
do
that
share
I'm
your
not going
bets,
to
that you're winning
take
bets on the
out
Durban
of the
July. I
race
get
is
them
Good
like
Traveller
individually from
and
different
Perfect
people.
Witness. Good
But
Traveller
yeah,
40
I
to
can't
1.
be checking
And
all
if
of
you
these
just sort
individually.
on your
That's
bat
just
C,
going to take
you'll
forever.
see best bat C,
So,
best bat 168 in red, and best bat 84 in red.
30 rand
All belongs to
trifecta
Quasi
there,
for sure.
race 2.
And
135, 135,
6
135
lengths
boxed.
after the
So it's
scratching
easy
of
peasy.
Coin Spinner.
And
6 lengths, 6.7 lengths.
first time ever that
Better than after
Llewellyn
the rain.
Munsami tried it.
So that's something for me
And
that
yeah,
I can't
he
not put
pulled it
Good
off.
Traveller in for
First trifecta
exotic
ever,
purposes.
first
And
win
imagine
ever
if a
for
40 to 1 wins, then your pick 6.
new joiner.
Okay, then it's not the pick 6 anymore. Then your
Well done,
jackpot 2
Llewellyn.
will most definitely pay very well. But yeah, I think Good Traveller for top 6 is still like 4 Rand 30. So I wouldn't be surprised if Good Traveller is in the top 6. And then I also have lots of respect for Captain Fontaine, Garth Puller's horse, only runner for Garth Puller with Serena Moodley on board, best on overall ranking and exotic ranking. Now, overall ranking and the percentage on overall ranking is not much between Captain Fontaine and
Pity that
Forever
Hollywood
Mine.
Bets
Forever Mine taking
website
it by
is so terribly slow.
2.72%, which is the difference
But
between the
yeah,
10.36
we've come
and the
to know that
10.65
over the years, every
So
single time. It's
definitely
almost like they don't learn from their mistakes, because every single time it happens.
Want to consider as well, but I'll stick my neck out that Forever Mine is probably the horse to beat. Even though it's an older horse, you see that little icon there that says it's older than the field average. It is also in a good space at the moment. So yeah, Forever Mine for me, Good Traveller you can't leave out of your exotics or your quartets, and then Perfect Witness to a lesser extent to consider after that is Quasi for sure, and Melek, and maybe Sylvanos Dasher. And then yeah, the 11th race, I only have 2 horses earmarked in the 11th race, but maybe I'll talk about them after this race that's going to go off now. So yeah, I'll give you guys oh, there's a little bit of a tearjerker as well, which is always good. Let me just see if I can tell these people that we've moved over. There was a 99 people that was viewing it, and it stopped viewing on the old link. So just wanna mention here the other link so they know. I see the 2023 Dollywood's Durban July, 1.8k watching, 1,800 people watching there. Unfortunately, we only have 10 people watching, so pity that
I don't think people actually know about us to the cent. That they'll rather watch us than the 1.8 thousand people that's watching it on the Durban July live stream. But yeah, I guess we've had a good time so far, so that's always a good thing. I'll just continue with that last two races, the two polytrack races that I was talking to you about earlier.